I don't think I'd swim in that. I am someone who likes to follow the rules, especially when visiting a new country. Now, the first time I came to Germany, this thing, well, it confused me a little bit. Now I get it, I'm not a Burke. I knew that one of these was for bicycles and the other one was for people. However, at the time, it was raining, there were no bikes out, and I was afraid to be in the wrong lane. Now, one of my good German friends explained this to me. It goes slow, faster, fastest. In fact, something interesting I've noticed here is that people will block the sidewalk before they block a bike lane. This is an important distinction to make because, strangely, people use bikes here not just for fitness, but actually to get around. I don't know why they don't just buy cars. Something else that caught me off guard here was how to actually properly use the Ubon subway. I'll show you what I mean. As you can probably tell, there's no gates here to get in, which is unlike pretty much every other city I have ever been to. That's okay, you can drink outside here. This is still easily one of the most surprising things that I enjoy living here in Europe. Just being able to enjoy a beer outside. This is something, the first time I came here, I wasn't expecting. You'll see people drinking beer on the street, on the Ubon, on the S-Bahn, pretty much wherever. I actually made a whole video about my thoughts on German drinking culture, so I'll leave a link to that somewhere. But suffice to say, yes, it's okay to drink outside, with some caveats. When you're done, don't throw it out. Just leave it next to the trash can and someone will probably come by and pick it up and return the fan, which right now is about like 8 cents. Not sure why the whole paid bathroom thing irks me quite so much, but let's just say I only use it if it's an emergency. Yeah, I don't think I'd swim in that. Now, this last thing I need to talk about, it's very shameful. First time I came, well, I didn't really understand quite how seriously Germans took cheersing. How many times have you been to Germany before you moved here?
Once.
Oh, only once?
Yeah, because I was visiting a friend in Luxembourg and then we traveled over the border to Germany and then later in Munich like a year ago or something for 4 days and then I moved here.
Okay, wow. 4 days, that's pretty good. That's awesome. I mean, it took me I think 2 trips and then I wanted to move here.
Yeah. I think for me it was quite spontaneous and then it kind of happened and then it was happening and then I was here.
I'm trying to remember. So the first time I came here, I knew, like, I wasn't stupid. I knew that there are cycle paths and there are sidewalks and there are different things, but I didn't know which one was which. And I could see the difference in the pavement, but I never knew what side to stand on. But yeah, that was... Did you have that problem?
I think not a bit, like not knowing when people were coming and then suddenly there's a bike coming past and you're like, what the... Yeah. I guess people that are new to Germany and they don't realize what bike lanes are, and then bikes will come streaming past like ding 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 ding, and they're like, ah.
It's also been surprising since I've been here that people ride their bikes all year. Winter, rain, sun, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I rode my bike during like the winter when it was properly snowy, kind of icy snow on the roads, and it was actually kind of dangerous, I think.
Another thing that didn't really surprise me, but I've heard other Germans complain about it, is like cash. Did that like catch you off guard at all?
Yeah, and then also this weird thing with the EC-Karte.
What's that?
It's like in some shops you can only pay with this specific card, which is only from some German banks, and you can't pay with like a normal like debit card or credit card.
I think I know what you mean. I think I experienced this literally last week. I was at a store and they had a card machine. Yeah. I tried to pay with the card and they're like, oh, no Visa. So I put out a MasterCard and that didn't work either, and then I just gave up and paid cash. Yeah. But they had a card machine and the person from me paid with a card, so I didn't know what was going on.
Probably they paid with an EC-Karte thingy. That's why I always have cash at hand, because you never know when you might have to use it.
You also need cash, because I've also found it very strange here that many places you need to pay to use the restroom. Even in restaurants. Even restaurants we're already paying for a meal.
You see?
Yeah! You haven't seen that?
No.
I mean, they have like the toilet person.
That's the other thing in restaurants, not being able to get like free tap water here.
Oh yeah.
Like in the UK, if you're in any restaurant, you can just ask, oh, could I just have a glass of water or something? Here, I've actually had it before where I went in a restaurant and I was sitting there and I asked if I could have tap water, and they said no.
The last thing that I think really surprised me the first few times I was here, which I didn't really understand, was the proper way to cheers. And that Germans take it, at least the Germans I met, seem to take it pretty seriously. I don't know if they're like joking with me or if they're actually like quite serious about it, but I feel like there's a lot of superstitions here that people are, I think they adhere to pretty seriously, like wishing someone a happy birthday before their actual birthday. Seems to be a big no-no. Have you seen any other interesting superstitions that caught you by surprise that Germans seem to follow?
I mean, sticking to the rules very firmly. Like not walking on the cycle lane or something, or like
not walking on red signal.
Yeah,
even
for
when no one's
example.
around.
For example.
Yeah.
Well, we'll cheers one more time to make sure we do this right.